Has played with many of the greats over the years, and he keeps getting better. He was in high school with Sarah Romweber, and tonight he'd like to tell us about her.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to read this because that's the only way I can do it, so excuse me. A lot of my musical heroes are in this room tonight. I suspect I'm not the only one for whom this is true. I'm going to talk about my first musical hero, Sarah Romweber. She tragically died in March of 2019, and she's a legend, of course. The music she made with Let's Active and Dexter and Snatches of Pink and all these other bands has inspired us and will continue to do so for a long time. Each of us has their own personal story of Sarah, whether it's the first time they saw her or if they were lucky enough to meet her, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of mine. I met Sarah when we were only children. It was my first year of high school and her second. My friend John and I were thinking about starting a band, and he knew Sarah from a few years back. They went to junior high, and he said, "You should meet her. She plays drums, and she's totally cool." Now, when I say we were starting a band, I mean like from scratch. Like, neither of us had ever played rock music before. We were playing orchestral music at the time. I'd started putting a drum kit together and, little piece by piece, and even experimented with how you play it, but I'd never really seen it done. What I mean is that when you watch someone play a drum set, you're really only seeing half the picture. There's a whole lot going on back behind that thing that is, well, it's a hidden world. Well, Sarah had a drum set, and she could play it, and she was in a band. She was doing everything I wanted to do, and she was only a year older than me. The first time I saw her play was a light bulb moment. But the light bulb was so bright that it seared my soul. What she was doing was nothing less than magical mastery. Not only the music, but also the band, the room full of people, hell, the whole of Orange County as far as I was concerned. Let me reiterate, I'd seen great drummers before, but I had never seen anything like Sarah. Pretty soon, Sarah and I became friends, and for a couple of years, we were almost inseparable. I went to see Sarah whenever I could. She would come to see me play sometimes too. We were having so much fun trading ideas and learning about music and life. We would hang out at the Romweber's house and talk about music. She'd do my hair. We went to see bands play, and we talked about playing drums and how awesome Bill Berry was. She showed me what she did and how she did it, and she let me watch her play from the side when she played gigs. And that, I gotta tell you, drummers know this, but until you've seen someone up close doing what you're dreaming about doing, it's fundamental. I guess maybe I showed her some things too that I had learned in school and private lessons and stuff, I don't know. But I noticed some things watching Sarah that I wasn't learning in school. Sarah's hands were kind of big, and she had long, beautiful fingers. I think that was probably from playing piano. Her grip on the sticks was a thing of beauty. She was so perfectly balanced and gentle. And she knew that the key to getting a good sound was holding it like a musical instrument. That gentle grip produced the classic whip that the great drummers had, like John Bonham or Charlie Watts. That's the key to that great sound. She did one thing that I'd never seen any other drummer do, and still haven't. Sometimes when she went over to the ride cymbal, she would sort of pivot her whole body over and tuck her left leg underneath the snare drum while she was playing. It was so cool, and I started copying that. It's kind of dumb, actually, but it was so cool. Stupid, don't do it. I copied almost everything Sarah did for a while before I realized that I would have to be myself if I was going to be any good. But let's be clear here. To be any good meant, would Sarah like this? When I saw Sarah playing with Let's Active, her hero status reached a new level. Suddenly, my cool friend was in the world's coolest band. I saw them 1,000,000 times. Through Sarah, I met Mitch and Dixon and like Peter Holzapfel and all of these titans. We went backstage at rock shows where she treated me as if I belonged there because I was a drummer and I was in a band. Since I was there with Sarah, I could take it all in and pay attention instead of worrying about getting kicked out. This was my new world now, and I was like maybe 17 years old. Those were wonderful, formative times, and I was really lucky to have been around for them. Of course, eventually we grew up and we moved on and did things and played music and had lives and so forth. We kept loosely in touch, but it was difficult across continents and before the internets and all that. Sarah's musical journey and significance was, as we all know, stuff of legend. She went on to influence and inspire so many people in so many different ways. In the decades since those early teenage days, I've been lucky enough to play drums in many places all over the world. And whether it's in a bar for 3 drunks, or a stadium full of screaming fanatics, in a recording studio, or a sound stage, whatever the context, rest assured that if I'm behind a drum set, I'm in the place that Sarah showed me. A place where there's no pain or loss. There's no sadness. There's no grief. There's no anguish. And I'll still be thinking, would Sarah like this? Thank you.
Hey Mitch, congratulations. I wish I could be there in person to celebrate with you. Let's Active was my favorite band. I think you know that. I really love taking photos of you and listening to you guys, and recording with you on the records that we made. Those were the best recording experiences I think I ever had. We tried every trick in the book, and some even worked. So thank you for the wonderful memories, and congratulations on 40 fabulous years, and I'm wishing you all the best. From New York to Winston-Salem, hope to see y'all soon. Congratulations, Mitch. Adios.
From REM, wishing Mitch Easter and Let's Active a very happy anniversary, and a hello to everyone in the greater Kernersville area. Y'all take care.